Arthur the Rat. Once there was a young rat named Arthur who could never make up his mind. Whenever his friends asked him if he would like to go out with them, he would only answer, I don't know. He wouldn't say yes or no either. He would always shirk making a choice. His Aunt Helen said to him, now look here, no one is going to care for you if you carry on like this. You have no more mind than a blade of grass. One rainy day, the rats heard a great noise in the loft. The pine rafters were all rotten, so that the barn was rather unsafe. At last the joists gave way and fell to the ground. The walls shook and all the rats' hair stood on end with fear and horror. This won't do, said the captain. I'll send out scouts to search for a new home. Within 5 hours, the 10 scouts came back and said, we found a stone house where there is room and board for all of us. There is a kindly horse named Nellie, a cow, a calf, and a garden with an elm tree. The rats crawled out of their little houses and stood on the floor in a long line. Just then the old one saw Arthur. Stop, he ordered coarsely. You are coming, of course. I'm not certain, said Arthur, undaunted. The roof may not come down yet. Well, said the angry old rat, we can't wait for you to join us. Right about face. March. Arthur stood and watched them hurry away. I think I'll go tomorrow, he calmly said to himself. But then again, I don't know. It's so nice and snug here. That night there was a big crash. In the morning, some men, with some boys and girls, rode up and looked at the barn. One of them moved aboard, and he saw a young rat, quite dead, half in and half out of his hole. Thus the shirker got his due. Kit. The quick little kitten thinks it bit a pretty big fish. Dress. Many of Jeff's best friends slept in mesh tents in pleasant weather. Trap. The harrowing black cat dashes at any man and lands on the plaid carriage. Lot. The honest swan stops and acknowledges the fox dodging the bothered wasp. Strut. Mother loves butter that comes from the southern countryside. Foot. The butcher should put the pudding in the wooden nook to cook. Bath. Can't half the staff asked to transfer to the enchanted castle in France. Lawrence. Cloth. Lawrence often offers Ross a Florida orange and horribly strong frothy Boston coffee. Nurse. The early bird preferred the earthy worm. Fleece. These unique machines teach people to speak and reason. Face. The raven waits until late day for great wave to break. Palm. Father and mother said to calm the facade in the Nevada Plaza. Thought. The small walrus caught the hawk in the salty water. Goat. The rose slowly grows in Owen's old grove. Goose. Beautiful music booms and humans move to the groove. Price. The shy writer types at night to fight the silence of in the mind. Choice. The spoiled boy hoists the toy from the soil. Mouth. Mountains of flowers crowd the grounds about the house. Near. Deirdre's fear suddenly interferes with her ideal career. Square. Beware of scarce fairies, rare mares, and scary prairie bears. Start. The Sahara party marvels at the far star in the safari. North. Lara's warm aurora reforms Thor's horse for the important war. Force. The adorable boar snores hoarsely and notoriously hoards imported pork. Cure. The tourist endures rural tours of Europe and procures gourmet bourbon. Happy. The coffee, salami, spaghetti, and macaroni are ready. Letter. Sugar covers the tiger's whiskers, comma. Bertha's and Cinderella's saga is a drama. R. Richard, Wilbur, and Harry are running around the treacherous river. L. Linda and Allie pull belly muscles, laughing laboriously. NG. The singing mockingbird is swinging on the ring and dings the awning. TH. The thespians gather and breathe 3 authentic breaths together. H. Harry and Hillary happily harvest heaps of herbs behind the beehive. Yod. The cute, dutiful blue cuckoo resumes cooing suitable tunes enthusiastically. W. Will and Drew whistle when the wind blows between the whimsical weeping willows. ING. Ms. Fanning and is walking and hiking in Wyoming. S. Susie lives in her sister's house on Easy Street with her Siamese cats and Siberian husky dogs. I grew up in Lawrence, Massachusetts, lived in Methuen, and then Dracut, and Haverhill.
And what languages do you speak?
English.
And you said you were raised
in Lawrence, Massachusetts.
What's the extent of your education?
High school diploma.
And what's your occupation?
I'm a senior manager, HRIS.
And what's the occupation of your parents or caregivers?
Mother's retired. She was a customer service rep.
And how'd you get into HR?
Stumbled in it. I was temping 30 years ago now. And I was supposed to be sorting resumes for 2 weeks as a temp. And they loved me, so they hired me. And then from there, it happened to be an HR job, and they just saw stuff in me. And then I was an employment coordinator, and then and then an HRIS analyst, HR analyst, and then a senior HR analyst, and then I got into HRIS management. My accent was much, I think it was a thicker Boston accent when I was younger. I think just being in the professional environment, it's changed a bit for me. It's not as thick as the Boston accent used to be.
Why do you think that?
I think just because of my profession and being a corporate world, doing a lot of public speaking, and I don't know, just, and you get teased, I suppose, right? In the corporate world, it'd be like, if you didn't say the R's, which is typical, like star instead of star, and then you get teased, so you're just conscious of it, and you pronounce the R's.
And what do you think about your accent?
Now I like it. When I watch videos when the kids were little and I hear myself, I'm like, oof. But I definitely like it much better now.
And what about your voice?
I think my voice is okay, yeah.
And do you sound like your family?
My sisters, 1,000%. We laugh the same, and my sisters and I sometimes sound like twins. Sometimes you can't tell the difference, especially my sister Kathy. You can't really tell the difference in who's talking sometimes.
Do you have a favorite childhood memory?
Oh, favorite childhood memory.
Or memory.
That's tied. Memory. I mean, every year, and I don't know if this is a memory, but it's always fun for us. My sisters and I do at Christmas time. We open stockings. My mom still does the little petticoat stockings, and she fills them for me and my sisters, and we're in our 50s, and we still sit on the floor on Christmas Eve and open our stockings, and it's one of the favorite things that we do.
Thank you very much.